Fuerteventura is one of the oldest Canary Islands, its volcanic origins stretching back around 20 million years. The land feels it too. Wide, wind-carved plains, long beaches, and sharp cliffs rising from the sea. Winters stay mild, summers bring heat, and the wind is always close. At the northern tip lies Corralejo, both a town and a resort. The streets mix old fishermen's houses with restaurants and surf shops, while just outside spreads Parque Natural de Corralejo. Here the dunes roll down to beaches that shift with the wind, white sand against turquoise water. The dunes themselves are made from crushed shells blown inland by the trade winds, giving them a lighter color than the island's volcanic ground. From the harbor, ferries run to the other Canary Islands, or the smaller island of Lobos, a quiet escape for a day trip. On the west coast is El Cotillo, a slower, smaller town. The beaches here are wilder, open Atlantic waves hitting long stretches of sand. Just north, volcanic rock forms shallow lagoons, where the water stays calm and clear. It's a good balance between raw coast and sheltered coves. In the mountains at the center lies Betancuria, once the first capital of the island, founded in 1404 by the Norman conquerors. Today it's a small village of whitewashed houses, a quiet church square, and narrow streets that feel far from the coast. It's a stop for history, not beaches, and a reminder of how early life on the island began. Further south, Costa Calma feels built for holidays. Long hotels, big beaches, and steady sun. Just past it begins Sotavento, one of Fuerteventura's most famous shores. Twice a day, the tide pulls back and creates wide lagoons, turning the beach into a mirror of sky and sand. With strong winds, it's a hot spot for windsurfing and kitesurfing. Sotavento's shifting sandbars mean the beach never looks the same twice. Sometimes a wide lagoon, other times a long spit of sand reaching far into the sea. Locals say it's one of the few places where you can walk into the ocean without ever losing sight of the shore. On the far southwest lies Cofete Beach, remote, unbuilt, and over 10 kilometers long. Backed by the high Jandia Mountains, it feels cut off from the rest of the island. Most days the ocean here is too rough for safe swimming, though experienced surfers sometimes take on the waves when conditions allow, but the landscapes are striking. It feels untouched, where the golden sand runs for kilometers beneath the jagged mountains, and the only sound is the wind and the waves. From the airport near Puerto del Rosario, it's an easy drive to most resorts. Renting a car is the best way to see the island, since buses mainly link the larger towns. The island is warm year-round, with winter temperatures around 20 degrees and summers in the high 20s to low 30s. The constant wind keeps the heat manageable, but also shapes when people visit. Winter and spring are popular with surfers and those escaping the cold, while summer brings calmer seas and long beach days. Autumn tends to be quieter, with fewer crowds and mild weather. Other places worth mentioning is Montaña Roja, a volcanic cone in red, where a short hike gives wide views over the north of the island. Las Playitas, a fishing village turned coastal getaway, with quiet beaches and a small harbor tucked into the cliffs. Fuerteventura isn't about cities or crowds. It's about space, open horizons, shifting dunes, and beaches that seem to have no end. It's a place shaped by wind and time, where the ocean is always the edge of the story.